Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro. And finally, the 10th May is going to arrive. When the Mercury, who is doing lots of here and there, now going on the actual place, coming out from deviation. Let's welcome Akash Chauhan ji from Calgary, Canada. How it works for all 12 ascendants. All people are worried from last few months. Akash ji, Namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar, Ram. Rohit not even everyone. I am also worried about Mercury getting debilitated, and it was very disastrous time, a lot of up and down in everything. So, anyways, Rohit here we are going to talk about Mercury finally entering into. So when Mercury is debilitated once a year, lot of trouble for everyone. It's not like very easy for anyone. Now 10th of May, that is maybe tomorrow in India and day after in the North America, it's going to be entering into Aries. Now here we will start with Aries ascendant people. So for Aries ascendant people, Mercury was in the 12th house of losses. So you must have gone through a lot of expenses during this time. Expenses would have been on the rise, and on top of that, travel also might not have been pleasant, or you may have booked your travel, things like booking your tickets. So expenses in that area would be seen. But on the positive side, Aries ascendant people might have seen in the last few days that their health must have become very good because of Mercury's exalted aspect on the 6th house. So that was a positive news. Now, entering into the first house, you may find in yourself being more active, more communicative. The introspection, the kind of silence that you were maintaining during the time of Mercury debilitated in past few days. Now this will be more. You will be very outspoken and direct in your personal approach. Also, there is one more thing here at Mercury. Whenever it comes into Aries, and especially for the sign ruled by Mars, here Mercury is the lord of the third house and the sixth house. If you see very closely, it is sitting 11th from the third house, and it is sitting eighth from the sixth house. So very careful in terms of relationships, very careful in terms of sudden in-laws, communication through them. Because of the aspect of Mercury on the seventh house, there can be some challenge in that area related to in-laws and communication in that area. Also, sudden ups and downs in relationships are also seen during this time. But otherwise, this is the time you're likely to speak up about your needs and may come off as more assertive or even aggressive in expressing your identity. So very nice time for you. Decision making will be very quick, and sometimes very deliberately you will have to make decisions. But because Mercury is sitting 11th from the third house, that means your communication will bring you gains during this time. So all the best for all the Aries ascendant people. This is going to be a very awesome, perfect, amazing time for you guys. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you are always a part of us. Thank you so much. Now, for Taurus ascendant people, when we talk about Mercury, Mercury is the second house lord. Mercury is the fifth house lord. It's a extremely very important planet for you. And when it was debilitated in the 11th house, expenses would have been on the rise. Especially 11th house is about your social connection gains. It also means that during this time, the effort in communication that you must have put to the world outside, like for example, if you are doing some kind of a program where people are coming in, if you are into some kind of public speaking or some public event, there you must have had a little bit of trouble. But on the other hand, creativity wise and opportunity wise, it was a very great time. But now Mercury entering into the 12th house, second house lord in the 12th house, can create little bit of expenses on a higher level. These expenses can be related to you traveling or someone traveling, so expenses can be on the high. On top of that, because it is the owner of the fifth house in the 12th house, there can be significant education related monetary spend that you may have to do, or maybe spending for children. This can be the common thing that you can see during this time. Roji, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to say that maybe for few days, but Mercury here will make a Buddha Yog will conjunct Sun and Venus already here.
Yeah, but very, very few days. In 4 days, Sun is going to transit. So it is going to create a Buddha Aditya Yoga. So that means any travel that you're expecting, anything expenses in a right area, in good places, that's why I told you education wise it can happen, will be very positive. So your bank balance may go a little down, but on the other side, in the 12th house, it's a house of introspection. It's a house of being secret. This is the time that you have to be very secret and introspect. If you're doing anything, don't announce it to the world. You might engage in more reflective thinking, having meaningful private conversation and connection. This is the time to be absolutely private. There could also be interest in hidden knowledge, and you might find that your thoughts are more scattered and harder to express clearly to others. So this is the time that communication wise also you have to be mostly introvert, not to be very extrovert, because it can create some kind of difference, in some other person's mind, that okay, this person is not the right person, this person is thinking too much or putting you into the spot. So that why you have to be more towards yourself. Do your work, get your work done, and that's what is required during this time. But otherwise, very beautiful time of Mercury entering into the 12th house, making Buddha Aditya Yoga, and getting aspect of Saturn. So Mercury will be very, very awesome for all the Taurus ascendant people, because Saturn is again a yoga karka and sitting in the very best position for all the Taurus ascendant. All the best. The aspect of Mercury on the 6th house, it tells that there can be some kind of, again, debt, some kind of debt that can increase during this time. And then also, by routine wise, your workplace, you might find some kind of good news from your workplace. So that is a positive thing happening. So all the best. See you in the next transit. But before that, there is a WhatsApp link in the description, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. For Gemini ascendant people, when we talk about Gemini here, 11th house is where Mercury will be transiting. Finally, from the 10th house, it is coming to the 11th house. Lot of trouble, lot of struggle in your work area. In your home, there must have been good happiness. You must have bought a car. You must have bought some kind of, what we say, some kind of some kind of fixed assets. Happiness. Your mother's health must have become very nice. But on the other hand, your career must have been gone up and down. Especially your health area is where you need to be more focused during this time, because health wise there could have been little bit of challenge that you might be facing in the health area. So my daughter is Gemini ascendant, Rohitji. So she has been going through a lot of health problems. Like as soon as Mercury gets debilitated, retrograde, her health problem starts, and her health problems mostly is related to cold and cough because of her chart. And here for you, health problems could be many. There could be problem in the leg area, there could be cold cough because Mercury was aspecting the 4th house. There could have been problem in the knees, in the backbone, suddenly some kind of muscle strain or some kind of nervous issues, nervous breakdown. These are the things that Mercury rules in your body. Now here in the 11th house especially, it's a very awesome placement of Lagna Lord in the 11th house. Here it enhances your ability to connect with friends and network with them. Communication is the key, fostering and maintaining your social connections. Now this is the house of gains, and whenever Mercury, the Lagna Lord, will come to the 11th house, there is going to be some significant gains that you can expect during this time. So this is the time that you maybe find yourself involved in a group discussion or community based project where your ideas play a significant role, and that is because of the aspect of Mercury on the 7th, on the 5th house here, on the 7th sign here. 5th house is where it is aspecting. So creativity wise, you will be doing awesome. Like ideas, this is the time that your ideas will be absolutely wonderful and creating a big impact in other people's life. This is the house that is, the 11th house is also the house that is related to your what we say, like colleagues, gain from your colleagues. See, 10th house is the house of career, and 11th house is the gains from career. Those who are into business, those who are into job, they may expect some great communication that comes to them. In fact, those who want to buy any property or want to sell now and get money out of those property and your vehicle, this is the right time, because the 4th house lord is also in the 11th house. So a beautiful time for all the Gemini ascendant people, because finally the Lagna Lord, whenever the Lagna Lord will be in trouble, you will be in trouble. Now it is not in trouble, so it is going to be very positive for you. So all the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that we can be a part of this, and we will see you in the next transit. Moving on to Cancer ascendant people. When we talk about Cancer ascendant people, here, 9th house is where Mercury was debilitated for you, and it could have created a little bit of challenge in terms of your travel, in terms of some kind of expenses that comes to your through to your family, through your children, and mostly travel related problem. And because Mercury here is the lord of the 12th house, and coming into the was in the ninth house debilitated, so expenses would have been at the peak. And also mental stress, communication, learning, any kind of problem in your business areas could or work area could be happening, because the third house lord was debilitated as well. But now positively, Mercury here, it's who's the 12th house lord and the third house lord, is now in the 10th house in a very very good position. And it's going to get into Ashwini Nakshatra as well. So it is going to heal. It is going to start healing. Very, very nice. It is going to start healing your career on the bigger side. Now, Mercury can make you more vocal during this time in your career or public life. You may be required to communicate more frequently with superiors or the public, and how to express your ideas can impact your professional reputation. So, this is the time of some kind of status, gaining some status. The trouble, the struggle, the daily fight in your work area might not be so much like so dramatic. Now it will calm down. There is a possibility of using communication skills to climb the career ladder, so that means this is a time to go up. But with the aspect of Mercury that is happening on the fourth house, we have to be very very balanced. So this is the time that, because of the stress in your work area, you do not want to put this on your family. This is also the time that you may be doing some event, getting into some event, trying to attend some kind of an event, some kind of a like my wife is Cancer Ascendant. She's doing a very big event on Mother's Day, like gathering of 100 people. And so she's doing a bigger event where she's the host, and she's going to be, if she's event doing the, so such kind of gatherings, such kind of event can happen. Expenses will also be on the rise, because expenses related to career, or expenses those who are in business, some investments is now required from their side. So it is going to be a positive, very very dramatically, very drastically positive sign for Cancer Ascendant people, when this is a significant place of Mercury. But on the other hand, expenses will be a little bit higher, and communication wise you will do excellent. And this also means that expenses, business can due to travel also, there can be expenses. Short distance travel for a long period of time, or long distance travel for a short period of time, depending on the demand of your business and job. This is what can happen during this time. So just embrace yourself. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. For Leo ascendant people, especially me, Mercury was in the 8th house, and 8th house is house of sudden ups and downs, a lot of research, lot of losses. This is the time, absolutely I felt it also during this time, that it was completely mind was into not into the right space. There is no way that the mind came into the right space. Every time it was trying to look for something different. Now here finally it encourages communication about higher learning, travel, philosophy. You might find yourself more interested in academic pursuits, teaching or publishing. Those who are into any kind of area where they are looking for publishing, they are a teacher. Leo people mostly are mentors. I have seen a lot of Leo people. They are always trying to teach, always trying to guide other people. If you see that movie The Lion King, where Mufasa is the Lion King and Simba is the kid, how he guides Simba in his life, that is what Leo ascendants are. They are like lion, they will always guide other people. Now, this is also the time that discussion about beliefs and principles are likely to be more frequent, and passionate discussions can happen. But on the positive side, whenever the second house and the 11th house lord will come into the ninth house, there is going to be some kind of sudden gains in your sudden monetary gains, and that will be suddenly with your destiny. You were not supposed to receive such kind of gains, but because your destiny is so powerful, you may get something very very easily, very very awesome, in very very awesome way. So that is a very positive news. On the other side, those who are thinking of applying for higher education, those who are thinking of not get those who were not getting a job, there was a lot of problem in the job area, or some kind of income that was supposed to come from your father's side, or from your side of your paternal side, Paternal means father's side. It is a right time to receive such things. Only thing is here you have to be very careful because it is the place, it is the third house from the seventh, the ninth house. So it can create little bit of communication problems with the better half, that is your spouse. That is where you have to be careful. But otherwise, a very very awesome positive time for all the Leo ascendant people. Finally, some monetary benefits, some gains, no losses, no big investments, some money is going to come to you in a very positive sense. So all the best for this time. And finally, Mercury, 1 year it will take for Mercury to again come here and get debilitated. So this 1 year can be happiness now. Very soon, Mercury is going to enter into Gemini as well, and that is going to be awesome because a lot of big gains are going to happen. So this is the time that it will pave. It will start making the way for bigger gains. So all the best. Do good. Do lot of Vishnu Sahasranam, all the Leo ascendant people, and there will be lot of happiness. All the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. For Virgo ascendant people, when we talk about Virgo here, the eighth house is where Mercury is going to be present. Now remember, eighth house is the house of sudden ups and downs, but there was more ups and downs before Mercury entered, before Mercury is entering here, and that was in your relationship area. Seventh house, partnership, relationships, sudden ups and downs, quarrels, fights, communication, miscommunication. These were the problems that you may be facing during this time. And now, what is going to happen in a very and now, Rohitji, there is going to be very, very positive news in terms of gains, because what is going to happen whenever Mercury will be. So seventh house, it was creating a lot of problem. It was debilitated. Kendra Lord, Lagna Lord, debilitated in the seventh house. Very good self development was happening, but problem in terms of your relationship was happening. Now it has gone to the eighth house. That means gains from relationships, gains from partnership. Now this is the time that your communication mostly will be revolve around sensitive topics like shared resources, secrets, transformative experiences. This is the time that you may share your real life experiences with your better half or spouse. Or on the other hand, those who are not married, this is the time that they will be getting into a lot of transformation. This is also the house of intimacy. Mercury, the Lagna Lord, coming to the eighth house means secret relationships as well. There could be an increase in discussion about finances, inheritance, or intimate matters. This placement also suggests that a mind that adapt and research and investigation, so that you will be into a lot of things, and those people who are into research kind of a role, very very awesome time for them. And especially Mercury people are mostly businessmen. Those who have Virgo ascendants are mostly businessmen. And secondly, they are analytically very very strong, like some like mathematicians, very strong in finance, very strong in anything to do with business analytics. So very very good time for all the people who are into these kind of professions. On a other level, because Mercury is the ruler of your few of the things in the nerves in the body, there may be some kind of nervous issues that can come, sometimes some weakness in the nerves or muscles. These can be seen during this time. So that is where you have to be a little bit careful. See, sixth house, eighth house, 12th house, whenever a planet like Mercury, any benefic will transit here, it will create little bit of impact on your health. And that is what you need to be very very focused about. Mercury aspecting the second house can also create some kind of dental emergencies, any kind of things in your mouth, ulcers in the mouth, ulcer in the stomach, some kind of indigestion, some kind of problems like that. Also in this transit we have to be careful. But on the other hand, because this aspect is on the second house of wealth and on the house of Venus, which is a very very awesome friend of Mercury, so here finance is going to be on the top. Like you are going to get some kind of very sudden hidden finances also can come. So this is the time to play good lotteries also. So do that. All the best. You may make some kind of good we can get some good news from you during this time. So all the best. Now there is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you're always a part and you do not miss any video. Moving on to Libra ascendant people. Now here, when we talk about Libra ascendant, Mercury influence your one-to-one relationships. Now remember, health-wise, you may be going through a little bit of challenge. You may be having some kind of stomach cramps, pains, problems, irritation, struggle. But on the other hand, if we talk about your work or expenses must have happened in a very very positive sense during this time, because here sixth house is where Mercury was debilitated. So health wise, routine wise, enemy wise, many people will try to be enemy to you, but otherwise aspect of the Mercury on the 12th house might have created a great what you say, spiritually very very active, research wise, hidden enemies coming in front of you. Also lot of expenses, but on good things could have happened. Now here, Mercury entering into the seventh house, communication with business or romantic partners is highlighted during this time. And there is a need for clear, assertive dialogue to set your limits, boundaries, or expectations during this time. Communication is the key during this time for Libra ascendant people. Here, negotiations and legal matters might also become prominent areas of focus. If there is anything that you need to negotiate, anything that need to be a very prominent area of focus related to your relationship, this is the right time. Also the right time to do any kind of paperwork related to partnership business, any kind of how we say, any kind of litigation that is going against you, to dissolve it, solve it, or to mutually end it. Also this is the time, if anyone wants to buy any kind of property in partnership, this is also the right time for you. So it is an awesome period for all the Libra ascendant people. And I know Libra ascendant are the most awesome people in the world. I know many people are angry with me that I always say Libra ascendant Taurus, but no, you are really, I have seen, and very, very much I can say that you are the best ascendant. Next life, if I take by chance, I would ask God to give me Libra ascendant. Very, very awesome. Whoever has Venus as their ruler, Venus is Sarva Shastra. He knows all the Shastras. He knows every knowledge in the world. Venus is the most intelligent guru, even bigger and even more intelligent Brahaspati. But the nature of his duty is malefic, because he is the Daitya Guru. He is the gurus of the demons. So remember, demons also need gurus. It does not mean Libra ascendant people are demons, but it means that your guru, the ascendant lord, is Sarva Shastra Nimit. That means he has knowledge of each every shastra in the world. And that's why Libra ascendant people are very, very extremely intelligent people. All the best. A very good time for partnerships, very good time for self development. This is the time of grooming, this is the time of looking good, this is the time of buying new expensive clothes and stuff like that. But be very very careful, because you know I know the aspect of Mercury is on the first house, which means that intelligence wise also, attitude wise also, it will be a very very more intelligent approach. So in expenses also, you should take the intelligent approach, because it is the lord of the 12th house. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you always be a part of us, and we can talk about your chart in detail. Scorpio ascendant people, when we talk about Scorpio, here Mercury is going to be making a very big yoga also for you. It is called Vipreet Raj Yoga. So Mercury getting into the sixth house, eighth house lord here, that means a little bit of challenge that is supposed to be happening related to health, related to sudden ups and downs, some pain in your lower abdomen area, some kind of discomfort in the stomach will now be will now solve. It is the house, that is the specific house related to your workplace. Now this means that it will impact your daily work routines and health matters. You may find yourself more involved in detailed work requiring concentration and precision. So remember that little bit of hard work and lot of gains. See, before this, few days ago, there may be a lot of blockages in communication, and especially in creativity, little bit trouble from kids, and little bit of anxiety for kids that must have been happening, because Mercury was debilitated in the fifth house. In fact, those who are not have kids and those who are into this love life, there also a lot of misunderstanding could have happened, because Mercury was obviously debilitated. Your communication was not powerful, but still the goals, the aim, the kind of social network that you must have made during this time must be excellent, because of Mercury looking at the 11th house. Now this is the time Communicating effectively in workplace, especially about tasks and responsibilities, become very very crucial. You have to be very open in your communication, not to keep anything hidden. This is the time that enemies can take benefit of you, and you don't want to make any loss because of this. Finally, if we say Mercury in the sixth house making Viprit Rajyog, 11th house Lord in the sixth house, health wise, there can be a little bit of challenge, especially in the throat area. Many people get throat infection, many people can get problem related to their nerves, a lot of weakness, some kind of suddenly fever, some kind of stomach upset. It must have happened earlier also, but now it may solve, but it will be still be there. So it's like, don't neglect or don't take too much of alcohol, too much of non-veg, vegetarian food. This is what is going to cause a little bit of challenges like this. Mercury is a sattvic planet, remember, so it's a benefic. In 6, 8 and 12 it does not give very good results, but only because it is making a very big yoga of Viprit Rajyo, then it is going to create a very pleasant environment for your workplace, for your health, for your daily routines. Okay, remember, health wise, number one, we have to be careful, otherwise everything is good. Those who are into litigation, those who are into law business, those who are into law and order, those who are into litigation can benefit from this period, because Mercury always is a swift planet. It is fast. It will give you instant, what you say, relief in those areas. So all the best, Scorpio Ascendant people. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe, and those who want to take a personal appointment, you can go from here. Thank you. Sagittarius. When we talk about Sagittarius here, Mercury is the Kendra Lord coming into the fifth house of wealth. Very very awesome time. Why is fifth house of wealth, Rohiji? You know that because, Rohiji, if we see that fifth house is the fourth from the second, that means the sukh, the real happiness of wealth can be enjoyed through the fifth house. And it is also the house of enjoyment through communication, because second house is the house of communication, as well as second house is the house of speech, like speaking something and really enjoying about it is the fifth house. That's why those people who have very prominent second and fifth house can become very good singers, teachers, very good speakers, public speakers, motivational speakers, and stuff like that. Here, Mercury will energize creative expression and communication from related to fifth house, and especially in romantic and recreational areas. Life is not all about work, right? It is all about sometimes also about some kind of recreation, some kind of recreational activity, some kind of happiness, some kind of joy as well. You're likely to express your ideas vividly and creatively, possibly through writing or speaking. That means this is the time that your pen will yield more power than a sword. So rather than fighting, writing and making your point will be awesome. And especially in the area related to your relationship and in your career, that is where something written, something very very concrete needs to be put out. Also, this can be a very good period for romantic encounters and enjoying playful exchanges with others. Mercury is a very playful planet, huh? And it's a flirt also. So this is the time of flirting, getting into love, lovey-dovey conversation, relationships. Very good time for planning children. Very good time for, we can say, very good time for writing your book, or start to write your book. See, this is the time that once in a year it comes, when Mercury is into Aries, huh? It does not come all the time. So make the most of the fierce energy of Mars and the intelligence of Mercury work together here to put you into the right path. And this is the path of creativity. This is the path of children. This is the path of love and romance. This is the path of unconditional love. This is what this house is exactly about. So make the most of these aspects of your life. Mercury, before this, I'll tell you what has happened. Before few days ago, when Mercury was into debilitation, you might have faced lot of problems in your chest area, heart area, suddenly palpitation, suddenly some kind of anxiety, depression, feeling very unhappy. In the career front, it must be going good, but on the other side, on the real, your own side, you might not be feeling good. You yourself would be not be able to convince yourself that everything is okay. This kind of feeling might have happened. Now Mercury is in very good position, so you're going to even gain from your motherland. In fact, if those who are into want to gain from property and stuff like that, they are going to gain because of Mercury aspecting the 11th house of gains. So a very positive, nice, awesome period. Make the most of it. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that we are always connected. All the best. Capricorn ascendant people. When we talk about Capricorn here, the fourth house is where Mercury is coming. So it was in your third house. So third house, house of communication, where it becomes debilitated, my God, things must have been in a very, very tough situation for you. And now Mercury coming to the fourth house will ease all those problems that were happening in your communication. Now, this is the time that it will affect your communication in your home and family. There might be more discussions and or discussions or decisions regarding domestic affairs, and you will be making the right decisions because the ninth house lord is in the fourth house. So that means you will be making, your destiny will be working in your very, very good what you say favor. This is good time for expressing your needs and thoughts to family members or addressing past issues. If something that you have in your mind, something that you have in your heart, you want to let this out, this is the right time. Earlier it was not the right time. You must have listened to some other people from your family, that or your siblings or your neighbors or someone very close family friends might have given it back to you, but now is it time for you to give it back to them. This is ideally a very good time to be very vocal. On the other hand, listen, the sixth house lord is sitting 11th from itself. So this is the time to get some loan also. If you want to take some loan, take some property, invest into some kind of vehicle, this is the time to take some loan, because this can create some kind of positive. This is a positive placement of Mercury in the Kendra. Ninth house lord in the Kendra is becomes Yoga Karka always. So this means Mercury is a very, very Yoga Karka for this month for all the Capricorn ascendant people. Make the most of it. There is going to be one thing which you have to be careful about. This is the area of heart. Okay, see the third house. You might remember those who must have gone through this. Some kind of problem in the neck also might have happened. Some kind of strain in the neck, or suddenly because Mercury was debilitated, you must have slept in some kind of a position where your neck must have become stiff. These kind of things might have happened when Mercury was transiting into your third house. Fights with your sibling earlier. This is, I'm talking about earlier, but now all these things become very, very positive since Mercury rules the fourth house. So Mercury is sitting in the fourth house, and fourth house is rules your heart and your chest and your lungs. We have to be very careful in such areas, and especially related to any nervous damage, nervous issues, nerve pinch. This is what Mercury rules: the nerves, the veins in your body. So very careful in that area. Otherwise, very awesome time. Make the most of it. Career will be at peak. Your as you in the past, your destiny was working for you. Even if you made some mess, destiny was working for you. This is the time there is going to be growth in the career because of Mercury being the lord of your destiny. So all the best. Make the most of it. And there's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that we are always connected with each other. All the best. For Aquarius ascendant people, now here, remember your Lagna Lord is putting an aspect on the third house where Mercury is transiting. So that means what is going to happen? You're going to get ease in communication and hard work. Lot of extreme hard work. Monetary loss that must have happened during the time Mercury was right now, before few days ago, because Mercury was in the second house debilitated. So lot of monetary loss could have happened. And spending of money on your family could be a bigger seen during this time. You must have thought that, oh yeah, my spending is mostly going on the family because of the second house. Yeah, Rohitji, you want to say something?
Can you
Yes,
please
Rohitji, you want to say?
I want you to pause this video for a minute.
Yes, Rohitji, I thank you for bringing to the notice. I by chance wrote the Scorpio thing here, but okay, forget this. I am telling you now what is happening. So here, because ascendant lord was putting a little bit of is putting an aspect on the third house, and third house is the house of a lot of hardships, and before Mercury was in the second house, which could have created a little bit of challenge related to your finances would have been on, especially on family matters, and because of your commitment you had to give some money somewhere. Now that is going to end, especially Mercury, the lord of real communication, coming into the house of communication means that during this time there is going to be some blessing that is going to come to you through your communication areas. Also good news in terms of your siblings, relationship with them will become very much better, with your neighbors, with your colleagues, with your friends. Everything is related to the third house. It is also the house that is related to skills and your skills development, also personal interest, that okay, this is what my personal interest is, where I want to pursue my life, and that is going to be very positive for all the Aquarius ascendant people. Yeah, there can be a little bit of challenge in the neck area. I was telling before as in Capricorn, because that was their placement. So a little bit of stiffness or some kind of nerve pinch, or trouble in the neck area that can happen to you. Also on the chest, like on the throat area, where you can have some throat infection during this time, because it is sitting in the house of Mars, and Mercury is a planet that rules the thyroid glands, the vocal cord for you. So that kind of area, cough, cold is very prominent when Mercury comes here. And because when Saturn is also aspecting, which is a cold planet, so this can happen. But on a larger level, communication is going to increase in a very best way. There is also going to be possible short distance travel, quick travel somewhere which will give you some gains. Sudden events will come to your life which will be very very quick. Monetary benefit is supposed to happen to you because your fifth house lord is sitting 11th from itself. So monetary gains from children, monetary gains through education, monetary gains by education, monetary gains by your love life, some kind of partnerships in that area could get you monetary gains. So very very good time for all the Aquarius ascendant people. Make the most best of this time, and all the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Go there and watch it, and don't refer to this text here. I must have messed up because sometimes my Mercury is also debilitated right now when I'm making the video, so communication problem is happening to me also. But otherwise, whatever I have said, that is what is supposed to happen. Your destiny is going to be working in positive sense because Mercury in the third house is aspecting your ninth house of destiny, which is ruled by Venus. Venus is also in a very good position in its own sign, Taurus. So why are we worried? Everything is positive and awesome. All the best. Make the most of it. There's a WhatsApp link. You can click and you will be able to talk to me. And there is there is a way if you subscribe so that you're always connected to us. All the best. Moving on to Pisces ascendant people. Again, for Pisces ascendant people, I messed up. I did not paste the 12th house predictions here. So don't bother about the text. Listen to me. Here in your ascendant, in your rising sign, Mercury was debilitated and retrograde, then forward, then retrograde, then debilitated. So crazy thing happening. Now Mercury is finally into very very awesome position. Mercury entering into the second house. So when Mercury was in the ascendant, there could have been a lot of brain damage, like lot of emotional damage. There is one video, they say emotional damage. That kind of thing must be happening with you because anything that you go, anything that you do might be coming back to you. Like there would, your communication would never be perfect. In the relationship area, you must have worked hard and must have got benefit. But in the other area, in aspect to your business, in aspect to your home personal life, managing two people, like for example, for a woman, managing her in-laws and managing her husband must have been very difficult. But now Mercury is going into the second house, getting into very comfortable position, no problem at all. Here it is very very chill out. There is no problem of Mercury here. Mercury says, okay, listen, I am the Lord of the Kendra in the second house. That means I will give you wealth through partnerships. I will give you wealth through your home and family life. Through your family, if you're expecting some kind of wealth, some kind of inheritance, some kind of insurance money, some kind of share, some kind of anything that has to come to you with your family, through your family, this is the absolute right time for you. Third house lord, fourth house lord sitting 11th from itself in the second house means gains through mother also, gains through your house also, gains through property also, gains through vehicles also. So it is going to be a time where you're going to gain. So your bank balance is going to increase. But remember, Mercury is a very swift planet. It's very fast. So as it increases the bank balance, it will even get it down. So we have to be careful not to use or not to do expenses in areas that really do not require some kind. So this is also the house of making fixed assets, okay, like making some kind of immovable assets like gold, huh? Fixed asset like silver, like some kind of jewelry. So invest in those kind of areas because even if you make that fixed asset, the money is gone, but still the asset will stay with you. So this is the right time to buy gold for all the Pisces ascendant people. On another level, those who are into business of speaking, those who are in business of expression, those who are already expressing themselves, those who are singers, those who are into movie theater stuff like that, very very nice time for you. Very very awesome time for recognition. Mercury is the lord of communication, and the vocal communication that we are doing right now, or this is happening, which everyone has to express themselves. This is the perfect place of Mercury to give you benefits through that. Inner peace through monetary gains will be the key during this time. Inner peace will come to you through monetary, through money. Inheritances, sudden gains, sudden events like gains from insurance and stuff like that will come through Mercury coming into this house. So it's a very positive period for all the Pisces ascendant people. All the best, make the most use of it. There can be some bad things. See, if there is good, there is bad things also. So some things, Mercury rules the mouth area, dental problems, problems related to gums, problems related to ulcers in your mouth, throat infection. These kind of things can happen as Mercury is transiting into the second house. So we have to be careful, and also depends on the placement of your Mercury in your birth chart, the power, the degree, the dasha dasha you're going through. But still there can be, Mercury indicates such kind of issues if it is a weak Mercury. And getting into Ashwini nakshatra means, because of these kind of things, you might have to go to doctor, because Mercury will alert you to be to take precautions. So all the best. Money is coming to Pisces ascendant people. When it comes, give me also all the best. Take care, and we will see you in the next video. There is a description. In the description there is link for personal appointment. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. All the best. Thank you, Rohit ji, for your service, selfless service as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your efforts. And yes, all people, all 12 ascendants and sign will get some relaxation. Lots of time Mercury got debilitated, got combust, got this and that. Now everything fine from 10th of May. Akshat Tritiya also. Wish you very good, very best Akshat Tritiya. And thank you, Akashji. And those who want to have a consultation with Akashji, connect with Akashji on video consultation, and me and Akashji always do. You can just refer to this link which is in a description box, or WhatsApp number is also on the screen. In both ways you can connect with Akashji. Team will give you time and date. Thank you very much. Thank you, Akashji, for your research work and for your efforts to make such kind of transit so people can get the true guidance. We'll meet you in some
Thank you.
next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai
Jai Hanuman.
Hanuman, Jai Mata, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Malakshmi.